Yes. Now, $300, Travers stammered, pulling the paperwork closer. Are you sure this is going to be enough? I don't believe in biting off more than I can chew. You know, let's see. I figure with $300 if I can save $20 a month. 2 girls. Mr. Travers, I don't want that to bother you. I promise I'll pay back the loan. I know I work a 6-hour school day and I have to study all night, but I also find time to pick up part-time jobs. When? Travers asked, utterly bewildered. When? Later that evening, Jack dragged himself back into apartment 201, looking utterly defeated. Johnny and Chrissy rushed over to him. What can I tell you? Jack sighed, collapsing onto the sofa. I almost had the money right in my hand, and then Mr. Travers asked me about my father, and that ruined it. Are you illegitimate? Chrissy gasped. No, he wanted to know how much my father made for a living. Jack groaned. Oh, I see. So he could be sure you'd pay the loan back. Jonna deduced. No, so he could be sure I couldn't. Jack explained miserably. I don't get it. Neither did I. You see, my father earns over $6,000 a year, which means I am officially not a hardship case. How about that? If my father were paying me back, I would have been poor and starving. We'd all be sitting pretty. What a lousy break. What are we gonna do now? Johnny panicked. I've got a thought. We mustn't despair, Chrissy said brightly. Well, what's your thought? That's it. We mustn't despair. Jack buried his face in his hands. We don't need philosophy. Chrissy, we need money. Suddenly, there was a heavy knock at the door. It's the Ropers, Johnny whispered, peering through the peephole. I'm taking a shower, Jack declared, leaping off the sofa and sprinting for the bathroom. We'll keep him out for the night. Huh? Chrissy asked, looking for a place to hide. Are you kidding? Keep him out. He'll be back as soon as he figures it out. It's the pub for us again. Grab your coats and let's get out of here. They bolted for the door, throwing it open, only to run smack into Stanley and Helen Roper standing in the hallway. Okay, how'd they get away this time? Stanley grumbled, grabbing Jack by the collar. Hold it. Come back here. This time nobody's leaving, Stanley declared, pushing them back inside. Helen, lock that door. Come on, Jack. Why don't you just tell him why you came? Helen sighed, rolling her eyes at her husband's dramatics. Look, we can explain, Jack started, holding his hands up defensively. I don't want any explanation. I just want yes or no, Stanley barked. All right, no with an explanation, Jack countered. No. You mean you don't want to have dinner with us? Stanley asked, genuinely offended. Jack, Johnny, and Chrissy froze. What? He's trying to invite you out to dinner tonight, Helen translated warily. Is that all? Jack breathed a sigh of immense relief. Well, maybe we can go bowling afterwards. Oh, we accept, and thank you very much, Johnny said quickly. My pleasure, Stanley puffed out his chest. My idea. My money. Oh, wow. And here all along we thought you were coming up to collect the rent. Chrissy laughed, instantly relaxing. Stanley's brow furrowed. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. You say something about the rent. I don't remember. Because you already paid it, Helen reminded him. No, Mr. Roper, she didn't. We did? Jack said, confused. Yeah. You remember I came up to fix the sink yesterday, Stanley explained casually, waving a hand. There was an envelope on the counter that said rent on it. So naturally, I took it. The three roommates stared at him in utter silence. The pieces of the puzzle slammed together with the force of a freight train. Oh, you've been robbed, Stanley noted, misinterpreting their stunned silence. We had the police here and everything. Why didn't you leave us a receipt? Jack finally managed to croak out, fighting the urge to strangle his landlord. A receipt? I always do. Stanley insisted, offended. You think I would take something without leaving a receipt? Look, here's my receipt book right here. Stanley pulled a small booklet from his pocket and flipped it open. See, here's my copy. He pointed to a yellow slip. Then he pointed to a small, crumpled piece of pink paper sitting directly under the empty radio shelf that none of them had noticed during their frantic search. And there's your copy. Jack walked over, picked up the pink slip, and stared at it. It was indeed a receipt for $300. Thanks, Jack whispered, defeated. We all make mistakes. Don't put yourself down. Stanley, you do it better than anyone, Helen chimed in with her usual flawless timing. All right, let's go eat. I'm starved. Okay, Stanley, I'll take care of you later. Stanley grinned, wiggling his eyebrows. Promises, promises. The trio of Apartment 201. A novelization. Chapter 1, The New Arrival and the Overprotective Uncle. The Santa Monica sun hung low over the Pacific, casting long, golden shadows across the stucco facade of the apartment building. The salty breeze from the ocean drifted through the screen doors, carrying the faint sound of gulls and the distant rumble of the Pacific Coast Highway. Inside the ground floor unit, the air was thick with the scent of lavender talcum powder and the rhythmic scritch of a metal nail file. Helen Roper sat on the floral sofa, her colorful caftan draped around her like a tropical bird's plumage. She was a woman of sharp wit and even sharper observations, currently focused on the delicate curvature of her ring finger. She lived in a constant state of mild exasperation, mostly directed at the man pacing the shag carpet in front of her. Be quiet, Helen, Stanley Roper grumbled, his brow furrowed as he looked toward the hallway. You're gonna wake Karen. Helen didn't look up. Filing my nails is gonna wake up your niece. It's not the filing, Stanley, it's the breaking. Every time you break a nail, you swear loud enough to wake the dead. Oh, so that's what got you up. Stanley stopped, adjusting his belt over a waistline that had seen better decades. He was a man of simple needs. A quiet house, a functioning water heater, and a niece who didn't get corrupted by the freaks and weirdos of Los Angeles. He wore his suspicion of the youth culture like a badge of honor, firmly convinced that the world had gone to the dogs somewhere around 1968. Just hold it down, will you?